Hey everyone, thank you very much for watching my now 7-part series on cleaning your headlights. Seems like a bit much. I originally started with 5 parts, and actually if you watch some of the earlier videos where I filmed before making this decision, I actually mentioned it as a 5-part. But I did come across a couple additional techniques that I wanted to kind of review. I figured, well, if I'm doing this, might as well address these additional techniques. Today we'll be looking at Coca Cola. This is one of them that wasn't on my list initially, but I have added it in because I'm starting to see it become very viral recently. I'm seeing it all over different social media platforms and things like that as an option, and I want to kind of explore that and see if it is. So we're going to start with that here today. So I suppose, why Coca Cola? I'll get straight to the point on this one. It seems like it has to do with the acidic content and some of the materials that's in Coke. You've seen it do things like remove rust and things like that off of metal components. People use it to clean out various things. Coca-Cola does have it's a lot of it's the acidic properties, the ingredients, things like that. So this is obviously what people are using on your headlights as well. There is some things to be concerned about because Coca-Cola primarily is a syrup-based drink. It's syrup, sugar, water, and a host of other ingredients. Of course, it's going on your paint, not good for your paint either. So it's something, if you're going to use, you got to make sure you're clean fairly quickly, and you got to be careful, mask off areas, things like that. I'll be using this on a headlights not on the car, but I just want to warn you ahead of time if you are doing this and you're going to try this method, and if it does work out well, make sure you mask off the car because this could damage your paint too. Other than that though, let's get right to it. So here's the headlight we'll be using today. It is off my 2005 Grand Prix. Obviously, if you saw in video number 1, I used the other side headlight for the insect repellent test. This one here, I'll be using half of the headlight. I'll be taping up half because I want to use the other half for another test. We'll get to that another time. But I'll be using half of it for the Coca-Cola test. Couple reminders quickly before I've mentioned it in all videos, and I'll make sure I mention it now. If you're going to do cleaning headlights or anything like that, whether it's on the car or off, headlight has to be cool. Temperature has to be good temperature. If it's too hot or too cold, you won't be able to do this properly because if the plastic's too hot or too cold, it won't adhere as well. I think for something like Coca-Cola test, cool is not too bad. Everyone likes their cold Cokes, but too hot, the syrup can start sticking, and it won't give you the cleaning you need. All we have to do, of course, is clean this off, which I'll do in the next step there, and we'll get started. All right, so we begin by cleaning it off. We'll use the same procedure as we did with the previous test, where I'll be using just car wash on a clean sponge. As you can see here, got a nice soapy lather, and we're just going to clean that headlight off. Get as much dirt, grime, it's been sitting for a bit, so get all that off. Okay, now that we've got that off, we're just going to rinse it. Then we're going to dry it. Again, as following the previous videos, using any type of drying cloth, chamois, microfiber cloth, anything like that for drying purposes. You know, a nice clean cloth, something free of contaminants, oils, grease, anything like that. As you can see already, just by cleaning, it's made a huge improvement in all, as it is. We're going to give it a second to dry though, and then we're going to move on. Now we've got to begin the prep for it. Like I said, I only want to do half the headlight. So I'm actually going to use a plastic bag, and I'm going to put whatever I can into the plastic bag here. Again, we only want to use about half the headlight roughly. And I'm just going to tape that closed so the Coca-Cola doesn't get in. I am curious to this though because I've been seeing a lot recently in various viral mediums, and it seems to be picking up a lot of steam. I've even had a few people mention it to me. That's how much of a thing it's become. People are asking about it, if it really works and everything. And I thought, really, the only way to truly approach that is to do the test. So I haven't bothered to seal the back. Obviously, I'm more concerned about getting the Coke on this side of it here, which I will do. And we'll apply the Coke on, clean it off with a sponge. I'm going to use also microfiber cloth to kind of polish it in a little bit and help remove some of the scratches and everything, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're ready to go. Just going to go ahead and pour this on now. I've got about 250-300 milliliters of Coke. Stuck it out of a bottle. Pour that right on. I suppose it's worth noting too, watch where you're applying this to. You know, if you have your driveway or anything like that, you want to be cautious. You don't want to ruin it. I'm going to have to rinse that off after. You also don't want to leave the Coke on too long. Again, because it's syrupy, right? Especially if it's a warm day, but even a cool one. So we're just going to rinse that right off. Okay. So I'm going to give that a couple minutes to air dry. When I come back, it will already have been dried and I'll have taken off the tape. And we're going to do a comparison. So here it is, the finished product. I have let everything dry off on the car itself. Of course, as you know, the line was roughly there. It's not really a tape mark to go by, but it's roughly about here is what we have done. Now, to be honest, really hasn't been much of an improvement at all. Virtually none. This headlight's experiencing tons of different issues here. It's got scratching, it's got the clear coats coming off, it's got fading, discoloring up here, everything like that. So there's a variety of issues to be experienced on this headlight. And the Coke on this section here did nothing. It's no better to feel, no better to look at, no better to touch, nothing. So I can honestly tell you that I don't think the Coke is a good product. It may work if you have something that's really discolored, but I do wonder if something like the bug spray, which you have to be careful of because it's melting the plastic, or even the toothpaste produce a little bit of a better result, and the waxes produce a better result too. So I can't really endorse the Coca Cola. So far I think it's performed the least out of all of them. So I hope that's kind of helped you guys out a bit, maybe debunk that a little. I know some people have used it and it's helped slightly. I've seen some things where it's helped take off some of the discoloring, but I think that's only in extreme situations. And I have also a feeling that due to the acidic content, you're taking off even more of the clear coat and everything like that, and the discoloration is going to come back. There's a lot of different ways to go about that. So with that said, this gets a thumbs down for me, but I hope you guys like it. Make sure to check out the other videos. Again, now it's a 7-part series. I've expanded it out. I do appreciate you guys all watching the videos. Thank you very much. I'll see you next video.